Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining our Zoom class on YouTube. Today we are painting on Yupo paper. It's plastic paper. And you don't have to use glue with it, but I'm going to use glue today to help with a little bit. Okay. So this is my piece of Yupo paper. Sunday night, we had one of the brightest sunsets I've ever seen. And I grew up in Nevada. So it was just amazing. And I hope that everyone got a little piece of it. So I'm just going to try to capture the brightness of it. That's my main goal. So what I'm going to do is start with my 3/4 inch brush and just wet my paper. I'll see how many fingerprints I have on it, but with the using the glue, it doesn't really matter. This is probably glued from the other painting on the other side. Okay, so I just have a tiny bit of water on it. And now I'm going to take my glue. This is just white glue. It's not even Elmer's glue. It's 50% glue and 50% water. I'm just going to squeeze a little bit out. You can see how watery it is. And I'm going to smooth that all across. So this is a very, very thin layer of glue. And then I'm going to rinse my brush really well. Okay, I'm going to get ready to start painting. So in order to make these colors of this sunset, I'm going to use yellow and permanent rose, yellow to keep for the yellow, and yellow and permanent rose for the orange part. And then indigo or Payne's gray for the dark parts. And I'm going to put a little bit of manganese blue into this part of the sky, right in here in these clouds, and down into the waves. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to just start with pure yellow. It's got to be clean. Super, super clean yellow. So it's not that spot on your palette that has 5 other things mixed in with your yellow, but the yellow part of your palette that's really clear, clean yellow. And I'm working it. I've got a little hair there. That doesn't count. And I'm going to put it where the pure yellow is. Now, I'm going to move this down so you can see that the horizon line on this painting is it's slightly above the half. I wouldn't go to 2/3, but it's slightly above the half. So the sky of this is the major area. So I just have to keep in mind where that yellow is going to be. So my dark's going to be about here, just above the half. So my yellow is up in the sky. And I'm going to put this yellow where it's yellow. And then I'm also going to put it everywhere that it is orange. I have to be really careful with my palette because if I get glue into my paints, I won't be able to use them again. So here I'm trying to put yellow everywhere the orange is. I don't want to mix my blue and my yellow. And then down here in the waves, I see some oranges. And in here, I see some oranges. So I'm going to put the yellow on first. Now I need to rinse my brush. And I also need to rinse this part right here because it has glue in it now. So I've got to be careful that I don't get glue anywhere except on my paper. So now I'm going to make a puddle of permanent rose. And I'm going to put the permanent rose over the yellow where it's orange. So this part up here. Right along the horizon. Some of this is orange and some of this is yellow. And then this is kind of orange down here. I have little streaks of it. Okay, so that's the first two colors. And now the next color, I'm going to use Payne's Gray. This was in Evelyn's old paints. Indigo and Payne's Gray, depending on what paint company you have, are exactly the same paint. They just label it differently so that you'll buy 2 tubes, which I think is kind of sneaky. Daniel Smith does that, and I don't really like that idea. Okay, so I'm going to mix this up. This is Winsor Newton's Payne's Gray from 30 years ago, so it's just dark blue. And I'm going to put it up here in the sky up here. You know how I tell you when you're painting skies to never overdo it? Just get in and get out. That's kind of how you have to paint with Yupo. Because it has a mind of its own. I keep rinsing my brush each time now because I don't want to get glue. Now I'm going to go down here and I'm going to try to leave some whites. I don't like how the blue looks when it mixes with the yellow, so I'm really trying to avoid that. And now the horizon line is right here. I'm lifting it up and tilting it to get the paints to run and mingle and see if I start liking it. Just don't feel like it's orange enough, bright enough up on top. So now here's the tricky thing about this stuff. I am going to go take this to my sink and wash it off. I'm going to pause it and be back in a minute with a washed off paper. So I took this to the sink and I poured water on it. The paint washed right off. And I'm just going to try again now. So it's wet because it's been under the sink. I'm going to add a little glue. Brush my glue across. This time I'm going to try to make better orange. So if there's any dark blue or indigo in your brush with the yellow, it won't be that beautiful pure yellow. So I just cleaned it out because I had a little blue in it. And now I'm just going to go for more yellow here. I'm going to pin this. Okay. Here we go. We'll try again. Ah, I see some blue. I'm going to get a little wilder this time with the yellow. Put it more.
Where are you?
Do you see me?
Let's see, pin. Lost it again.
Try again now here with my permanent rose.
I don't want me. Wait.
And now I'm going to add my pink to my yellow.
Is that just red?
No, it's yellow and permanent rose.
Oh, yellow and permanent rose.
I don't use orange. You can't get an orange that's not opaque. This is the best way to get a beautiful orange.
Well, I guess I kind of did.
Just have to use really clean colors. Okay. Now I'm going to add my indigo. Let's see how it does. Oh, you know what? I didn't add any of that manganese blue mixture. Let me try that first. Let's try some of that. I'm going to put it in. I'm going to put it in right in here. And a little up there. And in the waves. Now let's see what it does. Okay. This one has a lot more life than the last one. Hmm. Let's see. Get it. Now I'm lifting it up and sort of rolling it. And now it kind of just starts to do weird things. I've got enough paint on there. And I sort of start deciding if I like the weird things it's doing. My husband thought that was funny. See, my paint's moving. I tilt it on the board. That's why we paint on a board, so we can tilt it. Let me go back. I feel like I want to really clean my brush. Into the yellow. And try to put a little more yellow right here and see if I can get it to. Made a green flash with the yellow and the blue there. There's a wave going crazy. And then one of the best things to do is just sort of stop. Take a picture of it. And then see what it looks like in 5 minutes. Okay. Yes.
That's fun.
Yep, I like it.
Oops, it's dripping off.
Yeah. The one thing I might do is put some of those flowers up higher, because right now you kind of have it cut in two. Or you can just mat it so that that horizon line's not in the center.
Well, I was going to ask, after it dries, can you add more so they look like they're closer? Work that way?
It with the glue, you can't really add.
Okay.
So you've got to manipulate it while it's damp.
Okay. I'll add more flowers.
Okay.
And some longer green leaves.
Yeah, so that it's not cut in half. Yep, put it back down.
It's dripping, yeah.
Good, I like that, the violet or the purple. Did you put that in or did it just make
Yeah.
itself?
I put the permanent violet in.
Okay, it looks good. So You did that one on regular paper.
Yes.
You were there that night and that's
the
beautiful.
pads.
Strathmore even.
I just used that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Because it really gets that feel of it that night, that bright sky.
It was an amazing sunset.
It was. It's running.
Yeah,
Set it down.
still running.
Yep. Try to, tilt it. It's beautiful though. Nice colors. Ah, well done.
Nice.
Yeah. I think in your case, you could just go really black ocean and that'll make that sky pop up.
Oh, okay.
That's just one thought. That's just a suggestion. You have to decide if you want
I
to do
didn't think
that.
I got it dark enough. Yeah.
Very nice.
Nice.
Yep. Keep going. You got to paint fast. Very good. We can kind of see it.
I don't know where to, oh, there
Um,
it is.
Pull
Yeah.
it back a little.
A little,
Is
yeah,
that
pull it
better?
back a little bit.
Like this way?
No,
Down.
closer, more away from the camera. And then down or up and sideways.
'Cause I'm there, is that it?
That's pretty close. Yeah, we get the idea. Oh, it's kind of turning into a big flower.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a sunset, but I don't know. I'm kind of like just sitting here with it. It's
Yeah,
like I don't feel like I want to move it or
yeah,
change.
yeah, the painting's really beautiful. So I would go with your instincts and not, maybe turn it into something else or just let it be.
I kind of liked yours vertically. I
Do
mean,
you want to twist? All right, let's see how D's changed. Yeah, that's. Oh,
Sorry. I have my battery's running out on my thing. I'll do
yeah,
it
I
again.
don't want you to put it up again because it's going to drip, but yeah, put it back down quick. Yeah, that's lovely. Thank you for joining us on YouTube today. If you get a chance to use Yupo paper, it can be a lot of fun.